Alright everyone, it's the roundup for the day, last video. I don't know how long it'll be. I'd like to keep this one short because it's getting late, end of the day. I've got a couple of things to do, but I just want to get to say what I want to say really. Review of day, Saturday. Everton did us a huge favour. Penalty, second half, cancelled out the opening goal, 1-1 draw. I know Arteta's not very happy at the penalty. I've just seen a clip of Mark Goldbridge. How he was very adamant about the Tarkowski challenge in the derby. He's had a right go at the PGMOL again, saying it was never a penalty and it wasn't even in the box. I haven't actually seen the challenges. I've been out and come back with I was getting shopping because we needed lunch at home and plans changed. I had to go out, came back, turned the TV on, and it's a penalty to Everton. I didn't see exactly what happened live. To be fair, I just watched them take the penalty and just watched the second half. This afternoon, what have I done? I watched the Villa Forest game. What a player Morgan Rogers is. Fantastic player. We should be trying to sign him. I saw bits of the Frankfurt game because I believe Wolfsburg. I'm just going to quickly check that because it was on roughly the same time. Yeah, it was 2-0. I saw Romano Schmidt's goal. A good goal. Now, we had some players linked with us in this game. It wasn't Wolfsburg, it was Werder Bremen. Sorry. Why did I say Wolfsburg? Probably because I've been talking about the player from that club recently. But yeah, Hugo Ekitike started. Yeah. They literally changed their entire midfield. Also tonight we saw Valencia beat Real Madrid away from home. Now Valencia have been struggling. Now I've seen the penalty save he did, Georgian Mamadashvili, and there was a point blank stop, fantastic save. The reactions were incredible. And people have been slating him this season, but I've seen some clips of him recently and he's producing some good saves, so I don't know what it is, but they're, I think, 7 points clear of the drop zone now. Yeah, that was obviously a match of importance because it's our new keeper playing. So that was today. Tomorrow, no, I've got stuff scheduled because I'm out in the morning. Just go back to this. Yeah, out in the morning. So and I'm going to the cinema actually. I'm going with family to the cinema. Apparently, I'm going to go and see a Minecraft film. Joy. Great. I've seen that trailer loads recently. I'm just really looking forward to Jack Black going, I am Steve. Yeah. I don't know much about Minecraft. I just know you break trees with your hands and then all of a sudden can build a house. I don't get the game. I generally, if I do play that, it's like the creative mode. And you can just do what you like. Because I find it actually relaxing and therapeutic. The survival stuff, not for me. Yeah, that's my morning. Then when I get home, we play Fulham. Let's get the 14 points clear. We need that win. And then I'm out in the late afternoon, early evening, weather permitting. If the weather stays nice, I might just stop off at the beach and get some fish and chips or something. Though if the weather's not nice, I won't be getting out of a car and walking up to a chippy and getting soaked. That's for sure. So I'm not about much during the day tomorrow. But if I look at the videos I've got, what's day 6. So I have scheduled so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I've got 9 videos scheduled for tomorrow. And obviously this one will be there for you in the morning when you get up. So there's at least 9 videos and I think that's about it for videos for tomorrow. I've got 9 scheduled anyway. But today's mostly been good. Though there are still some Everton fans and Newcastle fans really upset. And it took me deleting on here several comments, or hiding people I should say, Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, but here and Twitter have been the worst. I think I've had abuse, I've had hurtful comments, and one was actually, yes, aimed at me, but what they said, actually they named 2 things in the comment and it touched something that's actually quite personal to me. And the reason it's personal to me is because it's connected to a traumatic event in our family. and they got blocked immediately, pretty much, I should say. Yes, I'm upset about it, but I'm not going to stop with the doing stuff. I'm just going to carry on. That's not going to get me down. I'm not. I mean, stuff will hurt, but I can deal with it. Sometimes it might just take me a few minutes longer than like a Newcastle fan calling me a clown because I've done a video about Isak. When they didn't even watch the video or read the title anyway. Some things just take a little bit longer to digest, I think. But my aim for YouTube is I want to get the content out for people that support me and are here supporting me for the right reasons and want to support. And I go through the articles just to try and explain and give my take on the article and explain why it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, or why it's not feasible, or why it could be feasible, or why even if it's not feasible, the way that they're looking at it is probably the most practical solution, like I did with I think it was Kwanzaa and Elliot to Isak, to the Isak transfer. It won't happen, but it was the most common sense, practical deal I'd seen suggested. Doesn't mean it says it's going to happen, but it was the most common sense one. I mean, I'd seen one straight swap for Darwin Núñez. That's never going to happen. It's never going to be practical, and it's never going to be a realistic deal. So I try to break down the stuff. Sometimes I'm also will get players that we're linked with, and I'll try to look at them a bit more, or we might come up with player suggestions. See what you think, and I try to break down some of what they can offer. There, I'm offering my insight, my knowledge, or what I've learned off a name that keeps appearing, and they're not exactly known. So if we keep hearing a name of some Argentinian wonder kid linked constantly, I'll try and look up some highlights or some video, or at least some information on him, and have a look at what people say his skill set is and his attributes are and what his strengths and weaknesses are, and try and form an opinion and try and give you some insight to what makes that player the player they are and why they would be a suitable candidate. I did a similar thing for, I'm just going to look at the player's name, Saba Karabashvili, the young Georgian left back at, I think it's Dinamo Tbilisi, who's going to be 18 in September next year. Things like that. I just want to give you my insight, just a fan's thought, on things. I'm not saying Isak's going to leaving Newcastle. I've never once said that. I've never once believed that. I've shot that down so many times. But still, Newcastle fans are upset at it. I brought down the offside goal claim. the goal that wasn't offside, the Jota goal, and I tried to explain with the rules the way they are and why it was given onside. I mean, say 10, 15 years ago, that would have been given offside because when the first pass is played, he's in an offside position. Now they've changed it, so you've got to be actively interfering, and he stood there. So I see why people are angry, but you play to the whistle now. The fact they don't put the flag straight up away, they let the passenger play move out, and then they rule it out. Or then the flag goes up after the goal's scored, or VAR step in. But according to the way they've got the offside rule in 2025, Diaz was not offside. He literally stood, and you could see Tarkowski run in front of him, slide in for the ball, and if he'd left that ball, Diaz couldn't touch it. So there'd have been no danger. He's decided to slide in because he's not to know whether there's another defender behind him in offside position. So he slid in. It's gone to, I think, James Garner, and Jota's taken it off and fed the ball to Diaz. At this point, Diaz is in an onside position. It's technically the second phase of play, so to speak, and then he's backheeled it to Jota, who's scored. And I'm still getting abuse. So that's where I'm getting the abuse, because I broke down the goal and explained why it's onside. If I can, I will still do analysis like that and break things down, because if I've got the footage and I can get it in a way that it can be presented and put on screen, I will do it, because I enjoy trying to explain things, because sometimes people might not have spotted something or might not quite grasp something, or sometimes it's easier to explain it visually with a video and slow motion and pauses than it is stills. But yeah, it was just frustrating. I'm not down. Far from it. I may get comments that are really hurtful and upsetting and too below the belt or too close to the bone, so to speak, but I'm not giving up because of it. I'm going to continue as always. It doesn't matter how hurtful something gets, I'm not a quitter, okay? Unless I came to a situation where it was physically impossible to continue, I had no laptop, no phone. Not a scenario that you'd likely to see anybody having, well, most majority of people have in 2025. You'd have to be literally living on a park bench type thing for that. And even then, I've seen people begging on the side of the streets with like an iPhone. But you know what I mean. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep doing this for as long as I physically can. You know what? I'd like to be doing this for as long as Dunk. But he's got quite a few years head start on me. And much as I get the hateful comments, the hurtful comments, I get the nice ones, and I'm going to get to them later. But I also really enjoy it. It's actually, I found it really beneficial. It's helped me with confidence. So for somebody that's got low confidence and self-esteem anyway, it's really helped me with that. How much things have improved over the weeks I've done it, I've no idea. It's hard to tell. Only people that have watched from day one to now will know that. But I also enjoy it. I enjoy the interaction with people. I love doing the live streams. I wish I could do them more, but I absolutely love doing them. I love speaking to people. And this is from a person that, when studying, I couldn't do a presentation, say, in front of 10 people. Completely would freeze. It's crazy. I really don't get it, but yeah, it is what it is. Yet, I could work in the education system, so schools, and say read out loud to a group of, well, in the UK it would be reception. I don't know what it would be. So very low primary school. I don't know what other countries how your school systems are, but I could read books to a class, no bother. Could speak out, do stuff in that situation, no bother. Put me in front of like 10 classmates doing a presentation in front of them, couldn't do it. And I'm doing live streams. And I'm doing videos and putting them on YouTube, and I'm not struggling. At least I don't think I'm struggling. So yeah, nothing's going to change. Haters will hate. It's not going to change anything. Because I know there's some wonderful, amazing people that support me. What was it Carl said? Don't let people get you. And another thing he said, just keep the love. And he's right, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to just carry on as normal. In the words of the beautiful self, carry on regardless. So, we've had them talk about the bad comments, and it just pushes me on to carry on. It pushes me to do even more content and carry on, really. So, haters aren't achieving anything. And by putting hateful comments and whatnot, there's still interaction with the channel. I still get the engagement. So now to the very, very nice comments. And there's two that came today, I think. Was it today? Was it late last night? I can't remember. Well, one was this evening, actually. When did I take this screenshot? This morning, I think. It's from Smail GT8554 SMAIL GT8554, and it's on the Amora update video. And this really, really moved me. And it said, there are many Algerians who have played professionally in the English League, such as Riyad Mahrez, a former Manchester City player. I think I replied to him, said, I mentioned that I knew him, and he was part of the Leicester City title winning team as well. They also mentioned Ryan Nouri. We've been linked with him. He's a really good left back. And it says here, Wolverhampton player. Then he mentions Said Benrahma, who's the ex-West Ham player, and others. Continue, my brother. Your analyses are all beautiful about world players. and he's got, looks like hands clapping, and I think that's the Algeria flag, and then hands clapping. That's a really, really lovely comment. And the next one, as much as I had a comment just before this that was really, really hurtful and upset me, this one had the complete opposite and really moved me. And it's reactions like this is why I won't let haters win. Okay, so don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. And it's by the same person as well. Bless them. And I said, it was on the Liverpool linked with Algerian international replace Mo Salah. Now, if you haven't watched that video, it's about Anis Haji Musa, who's been linked. He's at Feyenoord. He's a winger. He's gone through like lower Belgian leagues and the French. What's it? He went through the third division of Belgium to the second. Went to, I think, France, was it? I can't remember. I talked about him, and I don't know if I've published it yet, but there's a bit more of a deeper look at him as well. But this is what this person's had to say. I wish success to Anis Haji Musa, the rising talent. The club's success is more important than anything else. Thank you for your good analysis. I don't know if that's the correct way to say the spelling for plural analysis, so I wouldn't even know if that's, I think that's what he means, plural analysis. So multiple analysis of players, I think that's what he means. So thank you for your good analysis. With wishes for your channel to rise and for the family to grow because you deserve it and your analyses are logical. Thank you for your efforts to discover players and analyse their experience. And he's got the same 3 emojis with the Algerian flag, I think it is, in the middle. I did not know what to say when I read that. I was really humbled and really touched. Thank you. It means a lot. So it does seem that people like the analysis on players and linked players or potential players. So if that's a thing, I will happily do more of that because I do enjoy them. I did ask them if there was any other players that were worth looking at and considering that we may not know about, because my knowledge of Algerian football, for example, or the African football as a whole, is probably less so than, say, an Egyptian football writer or a Senegalese football writer or Democratic Republic of Congo. Is that the correct country? Writer, or you know what I mean. They'll probably see these players or hear about these players on a weekly basis, see them at qualifiers and watch their international team play. They'll see the players move abroad. So they might have seen Musa play live on a consistent basis, whereas I have not. And it made me think that, because obviously there is more to that continent than the Sadio Mane's, the Omar Mamouches, or the Mo Salahs of this world. There really is. And I remember saying I watched the Africa Nations Cup, and I think it was, when was the Africa Nation? It was the last one. I remember watching it. and I was really enthralled by it. It was, you could see the atmosphere in the, you could sense the atmosphere in the crowd. You could sense the fans' vibe for it, that they were really into it. And there were some good games. You could see some really talented players. At times, I didn't know who the players were, but I could see some players that looked really good and that had good games. I just wish I was doing this now. Then I could see who that player was, look at the name, and make a look up them and that. Whereas when I was just watching the game because I love the sport, I'd watch it, think, oh, he's really good, and then carry on about my day and never really think about it unless that name kept appearing and appearing. Then I would think about, oh, this player's actually really good. Could we sign him? And well, we never did. And but maybe the next tournament I can pay a bit more attention, and if we're linked with players, I can at least say I've watched them more and do a bit more in depth on them. I don't think there's been any other football news today. I mean, I did look on the Liverpool transfer rumor on X, and they had something about Georgia Marmashvili saying he'd bet €50 with Vinicius or something. I think it was something to do with the penalty, and he said he hasn't received the money yet. I think he's just like having a joke about it. But there's been no major news, because obviously we don't play till tomorrow. Forest lost in the title. That's not the title race, the Champions League contention, I should say. No, it's Saturday. Palace beat Brighton. Wolves beat Ipswich. West Ham and Bournemouth were a 2-2 draw. So I don't know what that leaves the table at now. So we've played 30, 73 points, goal difference of 43. We've won 22, drawn 7, lost 1. Arsenal have played a game more, on 31, won 17, drawn 11, lost 3. Goal difference 30.62. Forest 57 points now, so the gap's sort of creasing between Arsenal and the rest of the contenders for second. Chelsea have got a game in hand on 52 points. Man City with a game in hand on 30 games, 51 points. Villa on 51 points, played 31. Newcastle on 50 points, but they have a game in hand, 2 games in hand actually, because they haven't played this weekend yet, and their rescheduled Carabao Cup game hasn't been played yet. Then Brighton 47 points in 8th, Bournemouth 45 points in 9th. They've been up and around the Champions League spots, Europa spots. Fulham, who we play tomorrow, 45, won 12, drawn 9, lost 9, goal difference of 4. We could see tomorrow, the first team relegated. Southampton, who have played 30 games, are on 10 points. Wolves, who have played 31, on 32. So Southampton can only finish on 34 points. If they lose tomorrow, they would only have 21 points to play, so the maximum they could get would be 31 points. and 17th place Wolves are on 32, so Southampton could be relegated tomorrow. If anybody's curious on the Championship, for example, it's like who could be playing us next season. Top two are Burnley and Sheffield United, 84 points and 83. Leeds on 82 in third. Then the other playoff spots, Sunderland 75, Borough. Well, Sunderland are going to be in the playoffs, I think. 6 games to play, 6, 12, 18. 15 points clear of Borough. They would have to lose pretty much every game. So Leeds and Sunderland are definitely in the playoffs. And then it's a tight scrap between Borough, Bristol, Coventry, West Brom, maybe Millwall, maybe Watford. Watford was one of our ex-players, playing for one of our youngsters. I did a video on him, which I don't know if it's scheduled to go out yet. It's a little series I'm doing. It's like, where are they now? I've done 2 videos recorded, but not all scheduled yet. Yeah, so some people might not care about the Championship, but it's nice to know who we could be playing next season. And promoted teams like to strengthen, so if they do come up, it might be nice to know if we get players targeted by a promoted side, who the promoted sides might be. Plus, I care about who's coming up. I was even looking at the League Ones today because I was curious to see how Wrexham did. Why am I looking at Wrexham? I like that series on Disney Plus, Welcome to Wrexham, with because they're owned by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. So I've kind of got a bit of a soft spot for seeing how they do. I just wish FSG cared as much for us as Ryan and Rob did for Wrexham. I really do. But yeah. If you haven't watched it, it's really worth a watch. It's a really good laugh. It's a really good video. Good series. But yeah, I love all that. What else did I have to say? I think that may be it. How long have we been recording for? 38 minutes. So much for the quick video, eh? We're closer to an hour than I was than started recording. And no, it'll probably be closer to an hour than half an hour by the time I finish it. I know some of you love the long videos, and some of you probably hate them. Well, you get what you get, really. And you can tell from my mood, the haters have not done a thing. I don't give up easily. Shall we see if there's anything on social media? What is going on, eh? Let's have a look. What's the latest? I mean, the only thing that's remotely interest we've apparently going to demand between 52 million euros and 64 million euros for Harvey Elliott. What's that? It's 52 and 64. I'm going to open that in a different browser. So what is that? So for those in England, that's between 44.23 and 54.43. So 44 and 54 million. So say 55 million pound probably. And I did see one that Newcastle had offered 50 million. So when was this done? 5th of April. I'll keep that there. So that's the rumours. What's this? Liverpool rumours.co.uk. What's this? Just going through this website. They're just talking about Kitika, and people are saying, "No, we don't know anything." And there's people going, "I don't know anything about them." And they've said something about looking at Edison again. I haven't heard anything about Edison or seen anything. Doesn't mean to say it's not true. Nothing in. This is Anfield. That one might be worth looking at. Now if I go on lovely X, let's have a look. Search. What's this? Live score. Sarmiento 1, River Plate 1. Just have a quick look at that. Who scored? Juan Manuel Inseralde scored for Sarmiento. Well, equalised for Sarmiento after River Plate took the lead. And there's 4 minutes left. Who scored for River Plate? Oh, Miguel, the Colombian, Miguel Borgia. I know that name. Oh, he was in. He's a Colombia international and played in Italy for Livorno. That's why I know him. Oh, sorry, that just came up on my feed. There's one here. What's this from Google? 7 hours ago. I'll add that one to look at tomorrow, maybe. But you can see I'm just really struggling to find even news on X. Let's have a look. Replies. If you click replies, you get all the things they've posted, whereas the post is just general highlights. This is the Georgie Marmadeshvili thing. I bet €50 for Vinish because the penalty will be stopped. He hasn't given it to me. What's his stats versus Real Madrid, if you want to know how he did? He had 8 saves, 5 saves inside box, 1 penalty save, 2.28 goals prevented, 9 recoveries, 7 successful long balls. He was man of the match, player of the match, whatever you want to call it now. And LFC Transfer Room reposted something comparing Mo Salah against Rodrigo Muniz. Something like that. This season's stats per 90 minutes: non-penalty goals 0.61 versus 0.76 for Rodrigo Muniz, 0.58 assists, but this is per 90 minutes, right? Versus his 0.11 goal creating actions. So if he is involved in a move that creates a goal, 0.78 to Munez's 0.11. Touches in the final third, 29.91 for Mo to 12.64 for Rodrigo Muniz. I don't see why they've compared the two, but they have. And if you're wondering who he is, well, he's a nearly 24-year-old Brazilian striker. He's been at Fulham for 4 years nearly. A couple of years ago he went out on loan to Borough. Did not do much for Borough, to be honest. Not really. I mean, he's got a total of 38 goals in 151 games, but he's not really played for teams that are going to really be creating lots of chances. Middlesbrough 2 years ago, maybe a half-decent championship side. Don't know if that was the season they were fighting against relegation places early on. I can't remember. And then Fulham in the Premier League and the Championship. So yeah, that was what they put out. So obviously we've got that game tomorrow, and they're showing the save here. That scene. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if I've mentioned this. This quote here, but there was the Virgil van Dijk versus Michael Owen interview. Virgil van Dijk pretty much shot Michael Owen down. Well, Arne Slot's hit back at him. And this was what Arne Slot apparently said. Michael did play for us, didn't he? So he's aware of the fact that in 35 years we won the league once. There's your answer. If you can win the league with this club, then nothing else matters. And then we're going into last night's news. So there's literally nothing on X. It's been actually quiet for the past 2 or 3 days, to be fair. A lot quieter. So I think this is like the calm before the storm. We'll have to see. But here we go. How long will we be recording for? Because I said quick video, 49 minutes. So I'm closer to an hour than half an hour. What did I say when I said 38 minutes? Watch it be closer to an hour by the time I've finished recording. And it was. I'll check I've done everything. I've done my shout outs. I've done the stuff about bad comments. It needed touched on because some of them have been downright awful and hurtful to downright unbelievable. It's like people are criticising me for saying something when I've actually not said something, and the title of the video says I've not said. It's just some people. Some am I gonna have to put this disclaimers at the start of every video? I don't script them though. That's the thing. I've not used a script. Because I hate reading off scripts. I want it to be natural. And reading off a script when I could be going, well, this is this. Yes, I'm reading off an article, but if I want to analyse the article and break it down and put my thoughts on something, I do it as I read it, and sometimes I read the article and go through it with you at the time. Sometimes I've just seen a headline and I haven't read the article. So I've done them, done the comments, I've done the shout outs, I've done a look back at today, done tomorrow. Next week, all being well and everything normal at home, there is a potential of literally live streams Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Potential. Doesn't mean to say there will be yet. I don't know what's happening on the rest of the week. I'm sure I had something on one day next week as well. I think it might be Wednesday as well. Not sure if it's Wednesday or Thursday. I'll have to have a look. I think Thursday I've got stuff to do for work. Which means I actually kind of need my laptop. I need what I need to do. I need a laptop and at least 2 or 3 hours to work on something. I'll see, I'll work it out. Won't be a problem. And what I need to do won't take long. It's just compiling everything together takes the time. I can't do it before Thursday. Mainly due to the fact it's video game related and media, so I've got to wait for something to release before I can actually even look at it. So I can't do anything earlier because I don't have the tools I need basically. But I'll update you on the plans probably more Monday, I think. Sunday night, maybe Monday. I think would be the best time to look at it. More than so likely Monday. Videos will be easy to do. It's just live streams when I'm not left to my own devices and have peace and quiet are harder because I'd rather not just do a live stream when somebody walk into the room to say get a drink or something. Because I found that I normally do the live stream upstairs on a desk and like a computer chair, whereas the last one I did, which was Friday, I did it where I'm sat now on the sofa, chilled and relaxed, and it was more comfortable. The only thing is I've got like the laptop on my knee, whereas on a desk it's on a desk. But I've got ordered like a laptop bed like desk thing, so I can like put it over my. It's like a tray, and it's like I just like sit it over my legs and put the laptop on, so it's like a little mini desk. Uh, it's a bit wider, so I've got room for like a mouse. I might get a mouse to use for the laptop as well, because the touchpads, if I want it close, is quite annoying. So I can just put the mouse there, and I'm maybe even able to have the camera in a different position as well, instead of perched on the top of my laptop screen here. I don't know, I'll work around it. I know that's not important, but it's just, I don't even know why I mentioned it, but I did. It's just, well, I need the stuff for work, so it just means I might be a bit more, might be easier for doing videos, I don't know. We'll see. If I'm upstairs, I've got a desk there anyway. It's just that chair isn't as comfy as where I'm sat now. This for live streams is, if I've got the place to myself, is brilliant. But yeah, we'll update on next week. Plus, I've got all that stuff for the laptop coming on Monday anyway. Work kindly got me it. It's not as though I've had to buy it, which was nice of them. They said they just wanted to make doing my work easier and more comfortable, which was really kind of them. If only I could get a bigger, a more powerful laptop, that would be nice. I could use one actually. For stuff I want to do, but that's a completely different topic of conversation, and I'm not going to go into it now. It's stuff that to sum it up briefly, I'm not going to go into details now. I like graphic design, so I'm no graphic designer, but I like video editing. And another thing I love, and I've said this I think I said it on a live stream, and I've said it on one of the introductory videos weeks ago, that I love video gaming. And obviously you buy a video game, it's run on a game engine, so it's where everything's compiled. And there's various different types, and one that's used regularly now is one called Unreal Engine 5. And if you search on YouTube Unreal Engine 5 real life, you'll see scenes like forest scenes or buildings or street scenes compiled in that software, and it is real life, it's photorealistic. And basically I want to work with that. I know what I want to do with it, but I don't have the tools to do it. So I'm not going to go into depth what I want to do and what I aim to do with it. That's what I mean. I should say. But this laptop won't run that software effectively because it needs an editing software. Specific editing software, and this laptop won't run it, so I'd like to upgrade it at some point in my life. It may never happen, probably won't happen, but no, it's just there's little things I'd like to do as well as this. If I could get that software and able to do. I could incorporate it into videos, so I could do little animated things for here. I could like recreate Anfield and things like that. That'd be hard because you'd probably need scans of and photographs of the stadium in lots of different. But yeah, that's just me rambling. As I said, been on for an hour. Yeah, definitely no quick video today. I'm over an hour now. Yeah, so I've got stuff arriving on Monday for this. Unfortunately, I don't have the delivery window yet, so I can't really say, oh, I can't do a video or a live stream between, say, 10 and 11 because I'm expecting something, or because I've got no window. Yeah, I'm going to have a look. Is there anything on Sky Sports News? I've just really, while I was thinking of the news there. Nothing really. Wolves win from behind to leave Ipswich 12 points from safety. And they would be, well, if they've played today, Ipswich, they'd be on, they're close to relegation as well. Barry Ferguson fuming, that's the Rangers interim boss. PSG have won League One for a record extending 13th time. So they play Villa in the next round of the Champions League, and in theory could, if Arsenal get past Real Madrid, could play PSG. PSG have 6 games left and remain invincible, something that has never been done in the French top flight. Is there anything related in the bust up? I'm just reading the headline here about Jose Mourinho. He's banned for 3 games for bust up with the Galatasaray manager while he pulled his nose. It's not as if there's anything related. It says when we can win the title. It'd probably still be the same as before. Date permutations, trophy parade plans. Somebody's asked me about the trophy parade. Liverpool could now win the title in just 2 games' time, but would need Arsenal to do them a big favour. So if Arsenal lost twice and we beat will it be lose twice? So basically, the earliest we could win the league, we beat Fulham and West Ham, and Arsenal only get a point between Brentford and Ipswich. They say here, if the Reds do, as expected, to go on and win the league, they'll be presented with a Premier League trophy after their final home game against Crystal Palace. Would there be a trophy parade? It doesn't say a date, but I have heard the 26th. But so that's the only news I'm saying. Why do I keep getting this advert on Sky Sports? What are they advertising? Oh, I know what they're advertising the US Masters golf tournament, which is the 10th to the 13th. Oh, it's this Thursday. I love golf. I thought that was the week after. Oh well. I may be doing videos of the Masters on in the background. It's one thing I'd love to do. Play golf. Have a round of golf at Augusta National. That'll never happen. But yeah, no, I think I've gone through the rumours, news, stuff on the fixtures when we can win the title. All being well and we win it, I think it's done this month now, I think. It's looking very likely this month. Oh, just the nerves have really kicked in for it. And it was the same. This is exactly the same as how I felt post-COVID in 2020 when the league resumed. Because I think our first game back, and that was Everton, and I think it was a 1-1 draw. And we didn't. Neither teams played great. And then I think we battered Crystal Palace. Was it 5-0? But it was that Everton game I was really nervous, and then the Palace game I was really nervous. And there was another game in there as well. I think it was Chelsea. No, Chelsea was when we got the Perret Trophy, wasn't it? Because there was the bust up between Lampard and Klopp. But I remember when it kicked off again, I had horrible butterflies before our first game back, and I don't know why. I felt really anxious and nervous. I think it's because we were so close, and the closest we'd been. I mean, yes, we came close when Brendan Rodgers took us to the brink, but we threw it away at Palace, and then that's when we had the infamous slip against Chelsea. We came close the year before, but we got the Champions League, but we came close, I think, the year before. What was that the I mean, what were the stats that season? I mean, we finished on 97 points. Chelsea were third on 72. We finished 25 points ahead of Chelsea in third, and City were on 98. And I remember I thought, we're never going to win it again, are we? And I felt, well, the start of that season, I remember the start of that season because life at home, we had one incident happen and it changed all of our lives here, literally forever. Those that have spoken to me on streams via Cop Talk and stuff will know, I think, or know of what I'm alluding to, and I needed a boost that season because I was struggling personally. I was going through a lot, and I was really, really struggling. And I know why, so just bear with me. So that season was really hard, and then we just missed out on the last day of the season by a point. I think we needed City to draw or lose and us to win. We won and City won, if I remember rightly, or something like that. And then the following season, well, 99 points. And then 21-22, it happened again, didn't it? We were point off. 20, well, Chelsea third. When we've gone toe to toe with City to the last day of the season, it's been Chelsea third, 74 points, and now we're sort of emulating the last title win, and I'm feeling the same butterflies. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm feeling the same butterflies as I did in 2020 post-COVID when football kicked off again. But I am. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. But I just feel the same. But I suppose I'd better wrap this up because this video, what is it? It's nearly an hour and 12 minutes. I'm literally on cinema length here. Maybe I should edit it and split in chapters. Evening Roundup Part 1, Evening Roundup Part 2, Evening Roundup Part 3. But yeah, I am definitely going to close this now. Because it's been a long roundup, this one. But for those that have stayed for the full 72 minutes, well done. If you have, thank you as well, because that support means so much. Let me know in the comments if you've actually watched all 72 minutes or whatever the length of this is. It's coming up to 73, but thank you very much. Take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Alright?